You'll never guess what happened to me today. Actually, to be honest, it wasn't really today. It's kind of been an ongoing thing. But today, I woke up and my ear was killing me. Yeah, my ear. The same ear. You know, the other day when I was like, man, ear infection, yeah. I've been kind of suspecting that my ear infection wasn't gone. The pain went away for, a week or so, but it was just kind of like this very slight pressure in there. And, I didn't want to admit that. I took all my z-pak, and for the most part, it made it better. I never had any pain, which was good. But I've always had this feeling, this slight feeling, this voice in the back of my head going, hey, you're still sick. But today I woke up and I had full-fledged pain, and I was not a happy camper about that. And last night I had a little bit of pain, and I said, you know what, I think maybe a good idea would be to use eardrops. This requires a little backstory. The first two times I got an ear infection, I went to the doctor. I saw the same doctor, and he told me that I needed to take z-pak for my inner ear infection and eardrops for my outer ear infection. He prescribed both of those to me, and I got better, and that was both times. However, this last time I went to the doctor, I had a different doctor, and she only prescribed me z-pak. And I was like, should I be using, the eardrops? She was like, nah. Now I have a strange feeling I should have been doing that. Now I need to clarify that I am certainly not a doctor, and I don't want to say that I'm better than the doctor and know more than the doctor, but I do find it peculiar that the two times that I did use the eardrops I got better, and the time I didn't use the eardrops it seemed to get better, and now it seems to be back. However, I am fighting this. Yesterday I started to use the eardrops, and I am continuing to do that all yesterday and today, so hopefully I will be able to fight it off. I don't know if it's going to work, but we'll see. So why am I bringing all of this up? Well, for one, it's the vlog, and it's my life, and you guys just get whatever the crap is going on in my life. But also, I wanted to just kind of explain that doctors can be wrong. We know that already because doctors don't always agree on everything. One doctor may tell you to do this, and another doctor may tell you to do this, and one might be right, and one might be wrong. Or, in some cases, they're both wrong. I think it's also important to know that you are not a doctor. Unless you are a doctor. If I'm talking to a doctor, well, I apologize. So it is not right of you, or in this case me, to criticize something that you know nothing about. The problem is that we entrust our lives, literally our lives, our well-being and our health to these people, and sometimes they're wrong. Now, I'm not going to complain over an ear infection. An ear infection isn't going to kill me. At least I don't think so, but the point still stands. And once again, I'm not 100% sure that this is related. I mean, it could just be a freak thing that I got the ear infection back. It may be a new ear infection, although I certainly doubt it. And while I normally stay very positive in all aspects if I can, and I try to bring a lot of positivity to the vlog, I'm actually going to ask you guys to think negatively for a minute, and I'm going to ask you to post negative doctor stories. Doctors that got stuff wrong. Not only because this is going on in my own life, and, I'm not 100% sure on that, but I just think it's kind of an interesting subject that we otherwise probably would never hit on. Now, alternatively, to bring some positivity to this vlog, why don't we talk about the flip side of this, the opposite, where you thought that something was one way, you went to a doctor and found out that the doctor was right, and that you were an idiot. I have a story for that too, and in preparation for this, Mom, I don't think you're an idiot. Back in freshman year of high school, I got sick, real sick, and I knew I was sick, there was something wrong, but I didn't miss a whole lot of school, and I told my mom, I was like, Mom, I don't feel very good. Things I think are not good. And she's like, well, you don't want to miss school. And that was just always the philosophy. Try not to miss school. Just always go to school if you can. And for the most part, I went. But after about 2 weeks of feeling like absolute crap, I had to go to the school nurse and say, I gotta go home. I don't feel well. The nurse took my temperature and found that it was well over 100 degrees. Things were very wrong. Very wrong. I went to the doctor next day and found out that I had had pneumonia for a long time, and that if we would have waited just a little bit longer, I would have easily been hospitalized. That's a good example of a time when you think you got something under control, when in reality there's something wrong. For the record, my mother felt absolutely terrible about that, and continues to apologize for that today, and she's probably not very thrilled that I decided to share that story with you guys, but I thought it was an interesting story. So there, you guys got two different things you can possibly discuss. Doctors being wrong, or you being wrong. I hope that even if vague, I get some interesting stories out of this. Also, I have to throw this in. A lot of people complain about the so-called white undershirt vlogs. But I get more views and more thumbs up on those videos than I do any other videos. Seriously. Well, except, some of the Magic the Gathering videos. But for the most part, the white undershirt vlogs are very well appreciated, and there's so many comments and discussions. So even though we're not out and about doing some kind of Taco Bell randomness, I hope that you appreciate the white undershirt vlogs because they bring a lot of good discussion to the table. But enough out of me. Let's go to you guys. Talk about doctors. And hopefully, I'll be able to avoid going back if these eardrops work.